Okay, so we're going to look at a problem that's similar to number 11 here. It's slightly different, but very close. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see, are there any factors that are common among 54 and 16? So I can see that they're both even, so I'm going to factor out a 2. And then I look at the exponents, or the variables. What can I factor out of x cubed? Is there an x over here? There's not. So I can't take any x's out, but I have 1y and 4y here. So I'm going to factor out a 2y and see what I have left. In my first term, I'm going to have 27x cubed minus 8y cubed. And I recognize here that I have a difference of perfect squares. So this is a difference. Perfect cubes. So if I look back at a perfect cube and I look at the generic form for a difference of a perfect cube, it looks like this. I have a cubed plus b cubed is equal to, a minus, I apologize, a cubed minus b cubed will give me a minus b, and then a squared plus ab plus b squared. So I look up here at my perfect cubes, and if you don't recognize your perfect cubes, it's very helpful to write your perfect cubes over on the side until you begin to recognize those perfect cubes. So I can see that I have 2 cubed, which is 8, 3 cubed, which is 27, okay, so what we can write now, let's go back to our function. We're going to rewrite, we don't want to drop that 2y, so we have 27. How could I write that as something cubed? Let's try to write 27 as something cubed. Well, 27 would be, I look back over here, and I see that 27 is 3 cubed. So I could rewrite this function 27 as 3x cubed minus, now 8 looks like a 2 cubed, so I can write that as 2y cubed. So now I can recognize, it looks a little more like this formula. I can say a is going to be 3x and b will be 2y. And I'm going to plug it into my formula here. So I'm going to bring down my 2y. I don't want to forget that in my problem. And I have a minus b. Well, a is 3x and b is 2y. So a minus b. And then a squared is going to be 3x squared plus a, which is 3x times b, 2y, plus 2y squared, close parentheses. All right, so now let's go ahead and simplify this. I bring down my 2y. I bring down my 3x minus 2y. Now again, to get this form, I simply plugged in my